The Chicago Bears signed assistant GM Ian Cunningham to a contract extension, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to stay with the Chicago Bears long term. We'll talk a little bit about that. Plus, Caleb Williams Rome Odunze had workouts with Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. That's getting Bears fans very excited. And GM Ryan Poles talks about why he feels the team doesn't need more draft picks. But is that just posturing? We're talking about all that plus the mailbag right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to it today. So, Bears fans on social media went nuts when a picture was posted of Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze on that workout together in Detroit, I believe is where they were. And with that said, they're in a pre-draft workout, and the workout also happened to include Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. So, of course, this has led Bears fans to a lot of speculation on what is going to happen. Is this a sign that the Bears plan on drafting Rome Odunze if he's there at number 9, which is still a big if, right? I don't want to act like it's a foregone conclusion. There's still not 100% fact that Rome Odunze even is going to be on the board by the time the Chicago Bears draft. But I will say this. It's definitely added to some excitement for the Chicago Bears. We're now a day before the NFL draft, and if the Bears do walk away with having Rome Odunze there at number 9, adding him to Keenan Allen and DJ Moore, on top of drafting Caleb Williams, that's going to be an extremely exciting time period for a lot of Bears fans. And, while, getting excited about social media posts and things aren't typically things that I tend to do, right, because it can mean anything, Rome Odunze has already talked about what it would be like to play with Caleb Williams. He's already talked about how much he would like that pairing if it were to happen. And so while Bears fans everywhere on social media are reacting to seeing this happen, listen, if it does, this is would be a huge step again for the Chicago Bears offense. We actually got a voicemail from Darius asking is everybody kind of overlooking the defense? But I think when it comes down to it is that, people are excited about the potential of this because of how different of a move it would be for the Chicago Bears offense. We've always been a defensive-minded team. People aren't excited about the Chicago Bears if they have a great defense. But to have a great offense paired with offensive coordinator Shane Waldron, it'd be exciting. Many people have asked, okay, well, if the Bears do draft a wideout, considering we're going to use a lot of two tight end sets, how many times are we going to actually throw to the slot wideout? And I think you're thinking too short term with this. Yes, while Shane Waldron is going to use a lot of two tight end sets, and typically tight ends or running backs get the third most targets to in Shane Waldron's offense, Keenan Allen's only here for a year. Right? Let's be clear here. Right? He's only has a 1-year contract. So you're actually curving some of that growth and need for a player like Rome Odunze to need to make an impact on day one, right? And you're actually kind of bringing them along more naturally. And then on top of that, still to have a wide receiver that can grow. Make no mistake about it. Rome has potential of a number 1 wideout. So to still add that to DJ Moore, to Keenan Allen, yeah, the receptions, everybody's not going to get the targets that they're probably used to in a case like that, especially with having the two tight ends in Gerald Everett and Cole Kmet as well. But you want as many weapons, and if you can get a future asset like that at Rome Odunze, if he falls to you there at number 9, that's a huge benefit for the Chicago Bulls and Bears, and huge value out of a number 9 pick on top of that. So that's kind of why everybody's excited with that. If it does happen, listen, it is what it is. The guys already know each other. They're familiar with each other. Rome Odunze's already talked about Caleb Williams being something special, and he's gotten to see his talents and abilities firsthand. If they do pair that, this would be a really, really good sign to that the Chicago Bears offense is in good hands. But we'll end up seeing with that. And don't outlook the possibility of Brock Bowers for the kind of the same reasons, maybe being a potential pick there for the Chicago Bears at number 9 as well. Again, could be used as a pseudo slot receiver. Can be brought along kind of more naturally. And Brock Bowers is a very big talent there as well. And that kind of buzz is kind of rising as well. In some of the draft conversations that Brock Bowers may be an underrated pickup by their or value or high on the Chicago Bears board than more people are giving it credit for. So we'll see. And ultimately, we're going to find this all out in a little over 24 hours, about 30 hours by the time you're watching this. We will know what's going on with the Chicago Bears. I, for one, cannot wait to get this draft, to get through this draft and through this first round, because I think it's going to tell us a lot about the mindset of Ryan Poles, a lot about how he evaluated it. It's going to tell us everything that we need to know about the future of this team, and I can't wait. You also already have Ryan Poles saying they know what they're going to do at number one. They're not going to tell everybody. People are going to have to wait, and that's a really exciting time period, man. And with that said, that brings us to our next topic today. Ryan Poles talked about not feeling the need to have more draft picks in this draft. Now, this isn't the first time that he said that, right? And when you look at it, yeah, and I know a lot of Bears fans, especially ones that don't kind of know the non-big names in the draft, are always scream blue chip, blue chip. We need blue chip, blue chip. You need the right guys, right? And so some people who project to be blue chips don't actually end up being blue chips in the NFL, but the Bears are in a unique situation at number 9 where they can walk away with 2 blue chip prospects at number 10, and that's not that is what it is. So hearing Ryan Poles say that they're confident in what they're trying to do and they're confident they're going to be able to do that is a big thing there. Now, could this be smoke screening by Ryan Poles? Absolutely. Ryan Poles is somebody who I've been telling you guys now for weeks. He keeps all options open for himself. He maintains the most flexibility really that I've probably seen from any GM in a while, right? And that's throughout sports. He maintains that flexibility. So the Bears are definitely going to be waiting to see how the board falls. It doesn't look like the Atlanta Falcons are going to be penalized any type of draft picks in this upcoming draft. So they're going to be waiting to see who falls to them. And there is an excellent chance that one of those blue chip guys do fall to the Chicago Bears at number 9. And then Ryan Poles and his team are going to do their evaluations. They're going to look at everything, review everything, and they're going to make their determination on whether trading down or even potentially trading up before you get there is an option for the Chicago Bears. But like I said before, if Rome Odunze is there at number 9 and the Bears take him, I think people have come now so accustomed to kind of looking at things that they forget how good of a pick that is. A number 1 wideout in most drafts. And so to be able to walk away with your QB1, to be able to walk away with your future wide receiver 1 or even 2, hell, if he ends up being a 2, that's a damn great 2. That's going to be the thing. And, you know, whether it's edge, whether it's the tackle, whether it's wide receiver, whether it's tight end with Brock Bowers, whether it's any of those things, they're in a position to get a stud there at number 10. And I think that's a great place to be in for the Chicago Bears. And it's a unique situation we haven't always found ourselves in. So, you know, Ryan Poles has my trust to get it to what he's going to do. And then we'll see how it works out on the football field. And that's where it's all said and done. That's where the end all be all there is what happens on the football field. And we'll be able to see, at least who's going to be on that field for the Chicago Bears here sooner rather than later. Now, with that said, kind of the title topic today, GM Ian Cunningham got a contract extension with the Chicago Bears just this morning. This is not breaking news because I decided to add it as part of the daily rather than do a breaking news live stream. But, you know, this contract gives Ian Cunningham tons of security. Now, again, this does not mean that Ian Cunningham is going to stay with the Chicago Bears. Ian Cunningham is expected to be one of the guys who is one of the top candidates for any open GM positions that open up around the league. And so if that does happen, he's going to, if he gets one of those jobs and he sees one of those that he wants, he'll move on. But this contract gives him some solidarity here, right, with the team, and it gives him some security here as well. And so, you know, Ian Cunningham, who's worked hand in hand with Ryan Poles, I love the concept and the idea of having a GM and assistant GM that they build this thing out together, staying there 1A, 1B, to stay there and work together, and that we can focus on the other things. But make no mistake about it, eventually Ian Cunningham, if he's as good as what everybody says and what it seems like he's been a part of this and influential while Ryan Poles is the front man, he's the guy that talks, he's the guy that's going to get a lot of the accolades, a lot of the talk in social media and in the national media. Ian Cunningham has done an excellent job as well here as the assistant GM. And as the Bears also, they rise up, it's going to be more notice on Ian Cunningham and more people to say, hey, he was a part of turning the Chicago Bears around. He was part of that front office that came in here and finally got the Bears on the right track, and it's going to naturally make him a candidate for some other positions opening up around the league. And that just is what it is, man. But Ian Cunningham getting a contract extension with the Chicago Bears, I don't see any negativity or any bad side in it. You want to lock in your people, keep building this thing on out, having that same voice, having that same focus, having the same people that share that vision and have been a part of setting the groundwork and foundation of that vision. And, when Ian Cunningham, and it seems more like a win than an if, But if and when Ian Cunningham does move on, he's definitely helped usher in a definitely a great start and a foundation for the Chicago Bears, and we'll see where that's going to take it. Now, with that said, with it being the week of the draft, I've been clearing out a lot of the voicemails because I do expect after the draft, and I want you guys, after the draft, night one of the draft, you guys better be calling in because Friday's mailbag needs to be mainly built around you guys. But with that said, we've been doing a lot of mailbags here during the week, more than what we usually do, and we got calls here we're going to get into. This first one, this one's from Donovan.
Oh, Haize, what's going on, team? It's your boy Donovan, man. Hey, of course, everybody done seen that interview with Caleb Williams and Ryan Clark and them, and I've seen your reaction on it, and I just wanted to get mine. This is the exact reason why I was like, if it's not Justin Fields, it better be Caleb Williams. I don't give a fuck about none of that other draft capital shit. Like I've said before, I feel like Ryan Poles speaking, he methodically using picks to get better talent than he would have gotten in the draft as far as in trades. So that capital don't mean shit to me no more. The mindset of Caleb Williams, the stature, the one thing I liked about Caleb Williams is the aggression of it all. He said he played defense, and so he putting his shoulder down at 4th and 1. You know, he's not as fast as Fields or elusive, but he was definitely like, he knew what the fuck he was doing in his own right. And you can't do nothing but get behind that, man. I knew it was going to take me some time to really hop on this train, but I'm like, honestly, it was always this thought in my head of, yes, he's going to be a rookie, but I don't even think he, like, mentally, like some of the rookie hurdles, he's going to have them, but I don't think it's going to be as much as motherfuckers think it is, especially for the fact of what type of team we're building and just his mindset and talent, period. But, yeah, like I said, if we were going to move on from Justin Fields, it's better than Caleb Williams. I don't give a fuck about none of them other niggas. And this is exactly why. Caleb Williams is a class act. Honestly, I'm sitting here making mental adjustments just based off of the way he lived his life from jump. Like, nigga, you was 12 years old getting epiphanies and shit about how you want your life to go. Like, that's some chosen one type shit. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Haize brought up the anime shit. Nigga, Naruto was fighting for the fucking universe when he was like 15, nigga. I'm like, that's just how the shit goes with motherfuckers like him. Motherfuckers like him grow up and learn shit like that early. And so I'm just like, shit, I need to add that to my arsenal, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning shit from this motherfucker based off one interview. And just the way he moves, I love a humble motherfucker, but a confident motherfucker. Like, I'm the best, but I'm not going to sit here and keep saying it, bro. You're going to have to see me. But don't ask the wrong question because you're going to get the answer you're looking for type shit. So, hey, shout out Caleb Williams, man. We're going to see what he got up in the rack, man. Shot-town up, bear down.
Great insight here, Donovan. And yeah, Caleb Williams is going to have rookie hurdles. And the way that he deals with that, and that's what I've said, like, Caleb Williams has said all the right things. He has seemingly the right mindset. What he does on the football field and then how he deals with those hurdles when they come are the things that I'm looking out most for in his rookie year because, yes, he's going to have bad games. I'm sorry, Bears fans. Yes, he's going to have bad games. And the way that he rebounds from those bad games, the way that he takes ownership over those bad games, the way that he still leads, hopefully, after those bad games are going to be hugely important for how I look at Caleb Williams, right? And like I've told many people before, Caleb isn't going to be this finished product in year one, right? And no matter how great, well, no matter what year one is, no matter how great it is, how up and down it is, no matter what, that's not who the finished product of Caleb Williams is, and you shouldn't hope that that's the case, right? And so with that being said, how he deals with adversity this season is going to be one of the things that I look out for the most. I think that tells you the character of a man. That tells you the character of a leader is how you deal with that adversity, how you deal with getting punched in the face, and how you get back up and lead your guys in that locker room and lead them coming out in that next game on the field. So, yeah, Caleb Williams has all the intangibles, right? He has a lot of the tangibles as well. And it's just like, let's see him put it together here in a Chicago Bears uniform, of course, after the draft and after his name's called. And let's hope that we finally got our guy is all I can say on that. And like I've said many times before, I don't knock anybody who says they're not yet sold on Caleb Williams. As a matter of fact, I'd be a little bit concerned if anybody said, yeah, I'm 100% sold on Caleb without seeing him take an NFL snap yet. But you still got to acknowledge the potential that Caleb Williams is bringing to this team. Let's see if he can execute it here. All right, let's get into the next voicemail. This one is from Darius.
What's going on, guys? Darius from Dallas here. Just got I guess a comment to make about this draft process here, man. I think as a fan base, and hell, I don't know, maybe even the GM too, I think we're getting a little too punch drunk on the offense. Okay. I get it. Like, we want to develop Caleb, and I'm glad with the moves that we've made. I've been happy with. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, we can't just come in the draft, man, and with the 2 top picks go offense again, because the defense is a hell of a lot closer than where that offense is. What that defense did last year reminded me of that 2017 defense that we had, and then because it was like a top 10 defense, we were good, seemed like we were kind of turning the corner. Then 2018, boom, we get Khalil Mack, and then we take off. I think that this team is on that right there. They're on that right on that curve, before you add one more piece to this defense, and boom, we're right back to 2018. And I don't think we really remember how nasty that 2018 defense was. Like, it was a Super Bowl defense that was just wasted because we didn't have a good offensive coordinator and a good quarterback. But just imagine that defense from 2018 with a Caleb Williams, with our running game, with the wide receivers that we have now, let alone what we're going to do in the draft. Just what we got right now on that offense. Imagine that, with including Caleb being in the mix too, because he's going to be here. Imagine that offense with that 2018 defense. And you tell me, even though it will be Caleb's rookie year, you tell me we're not making at least a deep run with a defense like that. Okay, so I get everybody's excited about the offense. I am too. I promise you I am. But this defense is so much closer to being Super Bowl ready. And I think that's underestimated how much that's really going to help Caleb. To have not a good defense, a great defense backing him to get him short fields. That is going to boost his confidence quicker than that film room stuff. The film room stuff is good, but let that boy get in there and get some short fields and get some touchdowns and get him to start feeling himself. The rookie year is so important because that's the year that's going to build your confidence for the rest of the time you're in the NFL. So that's all I'm saying, man, is we got to go defense. Let's get back to that 2018, and we're definitely going to the playoffs if that's happening. So at number 9, let's get some defense, man. Check this up, bear down.
Hey, listen, this is a great question from Darius, and the reason why I say that is simply because, yes, are people overlooking the defense? Yes. And me, Bobby C. Dub, we've said it. Part of the reason why we expect the Chicago Bears team to make the playoffs is off the nature of how good this defense is, and we have something special here in this defense. But I think when you see people talk about the offense in the way that it is, it's because it's so different for the Chicago Bears. Because, yeah, people expect the Bears to have a great defense, right? It's kind of, whether, it's right or wrong, people kind of expect that of this franchise to be able to build a defense. That's the one thing we've shown over the franchise's history. But what's the thing that we haven't shown? An ability to develop a quarterback. What's the thing that we haven't shown? An ability to have a really dynamic offense. So while people are focused on the offense, I think it's because of how different it is for Chicago Bears fans to be in a position where it really does look like we got the guy with the mind in Shane Waldron to coach this offense, and we're putting in the system and the players in place to really be a different look offense than what the Chicago Bears have had. And to your point, I think your point also highlights this. We've had great defenses, and part of the reason we haven't been able to get over the hump of winning Super Bowls is because we didn't have an offense that matched that. This is one of the first times in recent history where it feels like, and again, we got to prove it on the field, but it feels like we're getting to a place of having both, and that's what makes it special. But yeah, people who are overlooking the defense overall, I think they'll notice pretty early on that the Bears defense is going to be great. And yeah, to your point, it's going to be great for Caleb Williams. It's going to be great for the offense to have a shortened field. But then imagine, with all those things said, we also have a dynamic offense, a really, really good offense. If the Bears can ever get to the place of having a top 10 offense and defense, man, that's going to be so different for who the Chicago Bears have been in their history. And I think that's why you see a lot of the excitement from that, Darius. But great voicemail there, brother. All right, let's get into the next one. This one's from Fred.
What up, Haize? It's your boy Fred, man. What it do? Man, it's draft week. It's almost here, man. So I'm just patiently waiting to see who we're going to pick at number 9, see if we're going to keep the pick or we're going to trade it, or, make it do what it do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking forward to see how the draft's going to look. Not only just for the Bears, with everybody as well, except the teams that's in our conference. I can give a damn about them. But, yeah, just look forward to watching the draft, man. Getting some football we get back on TV. You know what I'm saying? So if Ryan Poe's confident going in with 4 picks in, hey, can't do nothing but sit back and see what the man do with these 4 picks. I'll be surprised if he takes that 3rd pick he got, flip it to maybe a 2nd and another pick or something. You know, who knows? So that maybe that's a possibility. I'm just speaking. You know what I'm saying? Hypothetical. But yeah, man, I love what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You and the guys, Cognac Boys, Bobby C. Dub, Kevin and Cito, man. I love y'all so, man. I love calling in with you guys, laughing, watching you know what I'm saying, you going in on dumb idiots always trying to hate on you and ain't talking sense. So it's entertaining, man. You know, I appreciate what you guys doing to keep giving us the news that we need for a true Bears fan. So I want to see if Caleb's going to prove it. That's all he got to do is prove to me that he's the quarterback for the team and in his franchise. He can get us, you know, a little bit at a time, you know. The only expectation I got on this season, let's see can he get us more wins. He had 7 wins. Let's see can he get us more wins. You know, if we get a division title, that's fine. You know, but if not, then if he can get us more wins and get us to the playoffs, and you know, I'm gonna give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's just see though. So he just got to show me, as I said, show me that he's a quarterback that can say, hey, I can throw y'all 30 touchdown passes, so I can get 4,000 yards. Because these are the same expectations the media put on him. I just want to see if he can get us, you know, with the team that we got, he can get us in the playoffs. And we get us a nice edge for winning with another wide receiver. But let me know what you think, man. Sky go up, bet down enough.
Listen, I mean, I get you, Fred, and I know a lot of Bears fans. We need more picks. We need more picks. If Ryan Poles feels confident, and it's not necessarily about the quality. It's not necessarily about the quantity. It's about the quality, and that's what it comes with. Get the right guys in this draft. Get guys that either help you with depth, help you with your holes on this team. That's what you need in this draft, and so. If Ryan Poles is truly confident about only having those 4 picks, guess what? It's because he's done his research and he feels pretty damn good about the players that he's going to get there. And yeah, it's going to maintain that flexibility. And you don't have to trade out of number 1 or number 9 to get more assets, right? You do have your picks next year that you can look at to use. You do have players. You do have, you know, your later picks this year to kind of do something. So Ryan Poles has shown the ability to get creative with how he's traded picks. And I don't expect any differently from him in this draft. I do wish we had a 2nd-round pick in this draft. I really do. I think that's where we could get a starting caliber center at. But, you know, even with that said, get the right guys. And we'll see if that's what they do here in Chicago in this draft, man. But great voicemail, Fred. And thank you to everybody, not only just Fred, man. Like I said, we haven't went away during the offseason. We've stayed and maintained daily during the offseason, and that's not going to stop, man. And, you know, we love you guys, man, and we're glad to be able to give you that coverage. Make sure you guys are live with us during the draft. But that's my time for today. Make sure you guys are following the show at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.